When we speak truth power. I may be in here for like I might be in this video for 5 minutes or so. Um, just want to just touch base. Look, we can complain all we want. We can lament. We can pray till the cows come home. We can pray for the next 12, 1,000 years. We can pray for the next 10,000 years. But I'm telling you that unless and until we begin to participate in our governance at the local level, using our constitution in our local languages, nothing will change. The constitution needs to be changed, but we cannot get to the point where that constitution will change unless and until we participate in our governance. That is the only way we can break the back of this fraud. The politicians will continue to loot, they will steal, they will kill, they will lie because we are not participating in our governance. We need to participate in our governance. What do I mean by that? It doesn't mean I support one Nigeria. Please don't get it twisted. I am not in support of one Nigeria at all. I am not in support of one Nigeria at all. But to be able to change that constitution, we must participate in the process. We need to get to do that. I have got on my website www.citizenay.org. I have got the constitution translated into Yoruba language. We need our community to begin to participate in the process. Look at what happened in Bodija. In Bodija now, the government, Alake, they came and said, "Oh yes, the people should. We need to be part of it. We need to. It's not. We can't leave it to the government alone." They will only come and talk to you. They will use all the words, all the fine words. They will give you right. They will give you, the things that just to keep you quiet. But unless you begin to hold them to account from one community to the next and say, no, we're not accepting this. We have the powers. You start using the powers of sovereignty. You are a sovereign. And I'm going to say it to you again. You can see this on the website www.citizenay.org. Go there. You have it in English. It says 1428, sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. You need to use those powers in the communities. You see, I'm hoarse now because I've been talking about this for so long. Your prayers will come to nothing. As a Christian, as a Muslim, I am telling you categorically, your prayers will come to Odo zero. You need to take control of these people. And the only way is to know what I just said to you, Section 42A. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. You are a sovereign. We need to begin to exercise those powers. Now, the second part of it, 142C, the participation by the people in their government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. It means that you have the power to participate. You are mandated to participate in the process. Since 24 years, we have not participated in the process. If you don't participate, you can't change anything. You can't even get rid of that constitution. The only way to get rid of the constitution is to participate in the governance to bring it down. It is not working. It is not working. If you go to any church, the churches are working with the government. The mosques are working with the government. The government, when they see that the people are getting, the tension is getting high, people are beginning to almost begin to question them directly. They will go and talk to the churches. The church will say, pay tithes. The imam will say, Allah has said this. All of this stuff. It is all designed to distract you. Me, I am telling you categorically, Nigeria must fall. It cannot fall if you don't participate in the process to bring it down. If you do not take the powers that you have now to use it to hold them to account and demand for a referendum, nothing will change. So you can go to the church, pray to Muhammad, pray to your faith, Jesus Christ, pray to all this. You can pray all you want. Prayer will not solve anything. It needs collective action. I'm going to read to you what I just said now about the constitution in Yoruba. In Yoruba language, it states, I translated it. ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ ní síjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gba gbogbo agbára àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. It's a translation of what I read to you in English earlier on in Yoruba. We need our market women, our farmers, our vulcanizers, buka owners, our going sellers, hairdressers, clothes makers, shoe makers, keke napep drivers. We need everyone to know those powers in local languages, so that you can now do the second part. The second part, of course, states ìkópa àwọn ènìyàn nínú ìjọba wọn gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àwọn òfin orílẹ̀-èdè. Again, it's a translation of second part of the governor of 14.2c. The participation by the people in the government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. What does that mean? It means now, when you begin to share this with people, you are empowering yourself from within your community. If you keep praying, well, please help me, oh God, come and help me. And then church, let's go to church to pray. They are just distraction techniques. The government is funding the church. Every time the people listen to the church, every time you go and listen to the church man and you fill the church up, you are doing, the government pays the church. The government will pay them. Great job. Yes, you are keeping their minds occupied. You get it? So you are answering the prayers. When you are praying in the church or the mosque, it is not your prayers that you are answering. No. You are answering the prayers of those people who created the mosque and the churches. Because those people, when the more the church gets filled, the more the government will pay them. Because that means the government knows that when the minds of the people are occupied, they will not be able to focus and question them and participate in their governance, such as I am saying. This is what must, even if to break Nigeria, that is the only option we have. I don't want to be part of a failed nation, a nation where there's zero accountability. But to get to the stage where we can dismantle that constitution, it requires us to participate in the process and begin to hold those we elect to office to account. We must hold them to account. We can no longer do sit down and pray, sit down, they look. It will not solve this problem. You can complain all you want. This one has it, that one has it. What are we doing in our communities? I am stating it now. We need a program in every community of translating, making sure. I've done that with Yoruba. I want people to come and do that with Igbo language. And we now go into our communities and we teach them about their constitution in their language. We are going to empower them to know that they're sovereigns. They are the sovereigns from whom the government derives the powers. All the powers that the government, I decree this. No, it is based on you as a sovereign. You need to exercise that power. We cannot dismantle. I want Nigeria to dismantle. I want Yoruba nation. But I'm telling you, if we do not take this step that I'm talking about now, if we do not participate by holding them to account, beginning to use the powers of sovereignty to now push for a referendum, Nigeria will remain. You can cry, you can shout, you can do whatever. If you still go to any church, Nigeria will still be in existence in the next 20 years. If you keep going to the church and you keep going to the mosque, Nigeria will still remain, and we will all be suffering from Nigeria for the next 20, 30, 40 years until we do the needful. The needful is for us to participate in the process. Don't get it twisted. I don't believe one jot in Nigeria, but when we participate in the process, we can dismantle Nigeria. It is the only option we have. That is the only option we have. So I'm urging you all, when you are watching this broadcast, don't just stand by and be, yeah, God will help us. Forget prayers. Prayers is a distraction. I'm here to tell you that what you call Jesus, it was created by Constantine, Caesar Constantine of Rome in 325 AD, 325. In the year 325. This was a creation. He convoked that from that year, 325, that they will have a man called Jesus. They even chose a place. He decreed that a place in Nazareth was going to be the place where they say Jesus was buried. This was all imagined, and you are following this falsehood. You are following this falsehood. You need to wake up. If you are going to even think about joining anything, we should be thinking about our own ancestral belief issue. The people who tell you this Christianity came and told you that your own as your gods are is satanic. The actions of Christianity against black people, hear me well, the actions of Christianity against black people is based on racism. I kid you not. So when you are going to the very same system that use the racist agenda to brainwash you, you are making yourself a slave to Christianity. That is the cold, hard, stark reality. And I need you to wake up. If you need, for us to build any nation in Nigeria and build Yoruba nation, we need to wake up spiritually. For us to build any nation, Yoruba nation, we have to wake up spiritually. You cannot use the you cannot use the mental enslavement religion called Christianity to build a nation called Yoruba nation. Because the very fact is this: Christianity does not want you to ever be free. Christianity wants you to depend on the same religion to carry out your life. Because when you use that religion, you are bowing to the God created by Caesar Constantine in 2025, 325. That's what you're doing. Listen, I got